say tap, tap, tap in with your girl Sheree Laree on the Quarantine Check-In on Live by Live.
That girl so bad, shit gon' get the bag. I don't mean to brag, but that come with a swag now. See me
Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to rock with me, fams. Like I said, I first caught wind of you catching that A3C, which
Nice.
I was just impressed with how you handle yourself. And then through the powers be that Clubhouse, I was like, okay, so the universe is pointing me your way. That's the way I looked at it. You know what I'm saying?
But you listened. A lot of people don't listen, and they ignore it and then try to hop on that wave later. And by that time, I didn't already turn into a vibe wave mood. So it's like, you know.
Hey, you're already the vibe wave move. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, but congratulations on the album. I mean, congratulations on everything. I'm always one paying attention to independent artists and those who are really working, because there's a lot of people talking, but not a lot of people walking. You know what I'm saying? So what I see from you is just that. And I think beyond the music being dope, I'm really, really a fan of your work ethic and just everything that you were doing behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So
that's so important, because that part of it gets overlooked so much. And that's one thing that I had talked about and that I'm going to continue to talk about. I've chosen a day on Wednesdays on Clubhouse. So that, I'm a person that observes and I listen first, and then I speak, and then I react. And one thing that has been just completely overlooked is that people really believe that people pop up overnight and they went viral, and this whole word viral has took its own course. And I think people really lost the meaning of what it truly means and what it truly stands for. And like I said before, like, nobody is going viral overnight. That's bullshit. So I'm definitely the person to come here and say, popped your bubble. That's not true. Let me correct that terminology of what they exactly meant when they said viral.
for sure. And for you, even viral, and I don't know if I necessarily want to use that word with you, what was like the moment that you were like, yo, this is clicking. People are starting to like stick to me. You know what I'm saying?
I think for me, it's not a one-time situation for me. It's an every time that I elevate and every time that I move forward in my career, because I think, a lot of people think like, oh yeah, when I did this, it just hit. That's not necessarily true, because then you mean to tell me that you just stopped trying to elevate more after that? I had a tour last year. That was my first independent tour, and I had linked up with Coast to Coast, and I was their headline for over 15 cities or so. It was for a whole entire month. And for a whole month, I was traveling all these different cities and I was headlining in these shows. And we had a night where I was in New York and it was sold out. So for 2 nights. And so I believe the first night that I was there, one of my moments, because this isn't just one that just said it for me, but one of the moments was that night they were singing my song, Worth That Drama, featuring Chapazo. And I just heard when the song started, and I turned around because I had a little choreo with it. And I turned around, and, when I hit that first Higher Than Khalifa, like, I heard somebody, like a few people in the crowd was like, oh, that's my song. I'm like, oh, they were singing with me. So that was a good moment. And then I had another moment when, during a pandemic, I dropped an entire album, my debut album. And I know a lot of people were like, well, why didn't you just push it back? Or why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Well, surprise, there's no real formula to do anything, because obviously obviously before the pandemic, we had plans. I was actually supposed to be on a TV show for 7 weeks. So that would have gotten, of course, national exposure. And then my album was supposed to drop right after that TV show. And so obviously there was no TV show because we had shut down of the entertainment industry. And I was like, well, I've been talking about this album. We've done so much for it. We have pre-sales already going. Let me just drop it. At this point, what else can we do? I don't want to sit on this music. I may not be here tomorrow. What if I get COVID? Let me at least enjoy releasing my first album, and that's what we did. And that was another moment. Charted, debut album, still independent. So it's moments for me. It's not just a one-time thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's dope. I mean, just for the idea, like I said, and I keep going back to vibe, wave, mood. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a vibe, it's a wave, it's a mood. You know what I mean? But you got something. You know what I'm saying? And whether we want to call it the it factor or not. I mean, like I was telling you, man, the music is dope, which I want to touch on a little bit. But it's like overall packaging, and just hearing you speak more and more, whether it's been Clubhouse or even when I caught you with A3C, you got a real good head around the business of it all. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you know, some of that comes trial and error. What I heard best was from one of your, I think it might have been your manager who had chimed in on one of the things too, who just said, you was the girl that slept in the studio, you know, was in the corner writing, you know what I mean? Just waiting for the shot, just, you know, putting yourself into plays that, you know, a lot of people just think like, man, why can't I be in these rooms? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or what do I gotta, you know, and I say all the time, you know, we in a game of luck and opportunity, but the more work you put in, you know, the better your luck, the more opportunities. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So I
Absolutely.
just wanted to talk like what does that work ethic come for you as far as like when did you decide full fledged like music is what I'm gonna do? This is it.
I've been in the entertainment industry pretty much all my life. My roots come from the entertainment industry. So I'm grateful and thankful that it wasn't one of those situations to where like I was forced to do anything, or I was forced to sing, or I was forced to model, or I was forced. I wasn't forced. It's a passion of mine. It's a hobby. I like to say to artists, it's like if somebody was to say all your bills will be paid, and if you wanted something, or not even want, if you needed something, you could get it, would you still do what you're doing? And that's really big because for me, absolutely. Like I could go on a stage 350 days out the year, sing for free, but as long as my bills are paid, my family wasn't missing anything and anything that I needed. Because see, what happens is we want a lot and we don't need a lot.
Yeah.
We want more than what we could enjoy an entire lifetime or even appreciate, and we really don't need it. So as long as my needs are met, and I can live comfortably, absolutely I would do this, because for me it's therapy. And I think that a lot of people, consumers on the outside, don't see that. As artists, they want to call us crazy, or they want to say, oh, they're always going through something. Well, absolutely, because if we wasn't going through shit, you wouldn't be having the music that you can relate to when
Yeah,
you're
right.
now. If Mary J wasn't going through something and said she wasn't going to cry no more, you wouldn't be able to relate to it when you
Yeah.
can't sing a note. It's people, when you talk about music back in the day, the music was supposed to give somebody a feeling. If you're in the studio, you got Babyface, or you got Diddy, or you got whoever, Teddy Riley, and they're sitting there like, I don't feel nothing from that. Sing it again. I don't feel nothing. Like, that's real shit. I need to be able to feel like, damn, I may not have gone through what she went through, but damn it, I feel like I did.
Hell yeah.
Like I feel like, oh, I'm about to kick him out, or I feel like my best friend just betrayed me. It's supposed to make you feel like something, and in a way, for us artists, it's a relief. So the hard work for me, and the work ethic is just when you don't want to go to a place where you've been before. So I've been down, I've been high, I've been in the middle, I've been in the middle of the middle. So I've seen how I want to live my life, and I've seen how I don't want to live my life. And at the end of the day, I'm just blessed and thankful to say that something that I would do for free, or something that I enjoy doing, so it's not work for me, I'm able to do it and live and, be comfortable and make a living from it. So my work ethic is just my therapy. I don't even use that word that much anymore, because as I grow, it's not even a work ethic to me. It's just therapy. And so, with any therapy session that people go to, you have to work at it. You have to work to understand why you're feeling this way, or you have to work to understand why your partner is feeling this way. So it's a constant elevation. So my elevation comes from just having my lyrical diary and relief of myself and the growth of myself and enjoying what I do.